Oh, ooh, almost fell asleep there in the deer stand. It was raining earlier, so I decided to come up here and just enjoy the scenery, listen to the rain. Must have fell asleep. Well, welcome to Bulls Gap, Tennessee. This is a new map released by Rich Acres Modding, and we're going to give it a go. I did start this on Farm Manager mode, and I bought up near the cow farm. Fields 21 and 22. Let's see. Is one block. And then I also bought down here on field 20, which was another block. You get all this open area here, and then a lot of forest area down here. And then, of course, the farm and the cow barn and pastures here. There was not a grain silo, so I did add one. Anyhow, as you can see, I have already taken my precision farming measurements and place lime out. And next thing I need to do is do some plowing. I do want to mention, I have noticed just going around this map, there's been a lot of floating trees I found. There was one up here, and then another. Let's speed up. I believe it was over this way, probably around in here somewhere. It was up in the air. And then there was some other locations where, as you can see, there's one over here. And I believe there was another over this way. Yeah, right here. So, a lot of floating trees that could cause some problems if you're trying to clear them out. I went into the Giants editor and just took care of them that way. So, good looking map. Other than that, very much like Tennessee that I'm familiar with, just a rural valley. Not a whole lot in there, just farmland and a few stores. So pretty cool, and something I'm personally familiar with. So here's the farm. And see right here, I have added this grain silo. And just going through the equipment real quick, I did sell everything except for the 3 tractors. So I'll show you that right now. The 3 tractors you start with are the Puma 185, the 380 CVX, and the Optum. So I sold all of the equipment. I did pick up this International 1246. And then I have the TLX semi-truck, the Case 7130 Harvester, NMC Reaper, a Wilson Pacesetter trailer, and we just saw the J&M Gravity Wagon, 35-foot header. Went with the John Deere plow. This is fairly recent, and I think it's awesome. Pretty much, in my opinion, it's going to be the best plow in the game. As far as the width, speed, and cost, it's pretty much a no-brainer. Went with the Case Precision Disc planter, or seeder, I'm sorry. Got the Wilmar spreader, does lime and fertilizer. Front end loader. I do have a 5,000 liter bucket. And the bed for the truck, the Scout, and just some miscellaneous things. I sold as a matter of fact, the main farm that you start with on New Farmer has a RTK station shed. I did sell that. This farm over here had the building with the RTK base station. It did when I bought the farm, it didn't show up as in my inventory, so I did remove that with the Giants editor, and then I placed the RTK station mod. Put a tool trolley over at the farm, be able to do maintenance, and dropped a doormat, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. First, we're going to jump over here to the farm. One thing to note, this fence has no collision, but the posts do. Let's see. Yeah, posts have collision, but the panels, the boards do not. So this shed right here, let me jump up to so I can show a little better. So this shed had a dirt floor and was covered with hay. And I didn't realize until I started going around the edge, just smoothing out some land, I noticed the concrete floor. So I went ahead and smoothed all the land underneath the shed, and then I also went to the Giants editor and removed the straw that was on the floor, and I think it turned out really nice. So really nice parking area. May have to do some work on the roof if I can figure out how to do that. It looks good. I like it with the concrete floor. I have noticed there have been some rough areas around. As you can see, the ground is just kind of rough around some areas. I know it's hard to get everything smoothed out, and I'll show you this over here. Around this water tower, you can see the trigger markers are off the ground. Same thing with just the edge of the over by the fence. See the cow barn and the ground, it's not level there. And then over here by this water trough, those markers were up above the ground, so I actually raised the ground up here to bring it up flush with the bottom of the water trough. And then you can see over here in the cow pen, it's just rough. A lot of bumps. You can tell the ground there is just kind of bumpy and rough. There's some spots over here, I believe, that look the same. Maybe not over here. So just some areas that I've smoothed out, just trying to make it easier to maneuver and look just a little bit better. So let's go ahead and run through the equipment here. Let me turn this off so I don't go flying. And turn the fast speed off. So I went with the case harvester here. Little International tractor. It actually has 150 horsepower, I believe. So pretty nice. Oh, 155. And that's what I took my soil samples with. I hooked the little sampler to the back of it, and it worked great. Went with a red top on the white for the TLX. We have the planter and the plow. And just this shed over here, there's no doors. This is where I put my pressure washer. And then I put a tool chest over here. A lot of open space, just no doors. Pretty cool that the windmill turns. That's a good, nice touch. Then here's the cow barn. And you have a bunker silo. Pull through. Then another shed over here. And here I have the spreader and the other tractor. I believe this is water trigger. I also smoothed this out right here. There was some pretty sharp bumps, so I smoothed this area down. There's a lot of trees on this map. Bump up here again. You can see there's just a whole bunch of trees. And unfortunately, they're not really logging friendly, but they would be good to chip up. So this is my farm. Again, I started on farm manager mode. The other farm that you would start with is way over there in the distance. One other thing I also did while we're here is this fence came out like one more section right here, and I removed that in Giants Editor. It was just I just wanted it to be a little bit more open right here, just getting through, and especially making this turn to go over to the grain bin. That was just my preference. Nothing wrong with the way it was. I just chose to do that. There was another floating tree right here. It was right here by this rock, and I took it out as well. So if we come down this way, the house is pretty run down. I put a doormat there so I could sleep. There's bushes and shrubs everywhere. This place is really run down. The shed over here has bushes growing in it and doesn't even have a roof. So I need a lot of work. Need to do a lot of work around here to clean this up. May have to have those taken out. Yeah, I'm going to clean this up. Get some nice grass in and make it look nice. You know, maybe I'll get enough money I can build a new house. Maybe a new shed or garage. Who knows? That's my farm. Oh, and let me show you this. Got another deer plot here. How about that? The only thing I don't like is you're shooting back toward the house, and that is it's not really safe, so we may have to do something with that. But this deer stand back here, this is the one. Also, all those trees back that way are also part of my property. So a lot of trees. All right. As I said, I've already taken my precision measurements. Let me show you that here. So quite a bit of clay, about half and half on clay and loam. I'll show you the percentages on the land. That's the expected yield at 100. And that one is 102. This piece here, 12, looks pretty promising, as well as 11, 10, and 19. So all good pieces of land around. So I'm pretty excited about that. And when I sold the initial equipment, other than the tractors, whatever money I had is what I spent. I have not added or cheated. Oh goodness. What am I catching on there? I may have left a collision in from that fence post or something. I'll have to check on that. But anyhow, what I was saying is the money I got from selling the equipment is what I used to buy what I have now. And as you can see, I have about 175 grand left. I do want to do cows, and not sure what else we'll be doing, but I want to get those pretty soon so that they can start growing and hopefully producing by next year. I do want to say thank you for being here and watching this episode. I certainly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, it's your first time stopping by, if you would subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. And during this series, I may use some equipment that is not all that realistic. I probably won't use it all the time, but maybe during some grass work, just to speed things up. Playing solo, it does take quite a bit of time to get things done. And I'll probably use some fast farming at times, just for time's sake. I want this series to move along pretty quick, just to keep the seasons moving, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. There's a couple spots on the other side of this field that has some jagged edges. I believe when I get back around that way, I'm gonna try and smooth those out with a plow. I may take that corner out that I just come around. Go ahead and do that now. Nothing wrong with the way this is. It's just my preference, just to have everything nice and tidy. I also think it helps the workers. Alright, well, I'm going to kick this into high gear and try and get it done. thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you come back for the next one. If you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Have a great day.